Increase pricing. Obviously, there are two major ways to increase your overall profitability: increase revenue or decrease your cost of doing business. Now, let's discuss increasing your profitability. How about a simple strategy? Raise your prices. Most small businesses never raise their prices. That's because they don't know the facts when it comes to increasing their pricing. They're scared to death that any price increase, no matter how small, will lead to a mass exodus of all their customers. But is that reality? Let's say you sell a widget for $100 and decide to increase that price 10% to $110. Will that small increase really lead to a loss of customers? Honestly, I believe a few will leave, but they are most likely your biggest price shoppers that show no loyalty or patronage to your business anyway. They will beat you down price-wise every chance they get, and the moment you begin to make a decent profit, they will leave you in a heartbeat for the next business willing to accept a financial beat down. But even though there will be some customer attrition, to what extent? Let's look at the numbers. The business selling this widget is now making an additional $10, all of which is pure profit. Right there, that's a 33% profit increase. For this business to make $1,000 in profit selling their widgets at $100 each, they would need to sell 33.3 widgets. But by increasing their price 10%, they only need to sell 25 widgets. This means just to break even, this business would have to lose 25% of its customers over a measly 10% price increase, and that simply isn't going to happen. Of course, we need to perform a thorough price analysis on your business and determine the most lucrative price increase for you, but this is definitely a strategy I strongly recommend to all of my small business clients to help them increase revenue. There simply is no faster or easier way to generate additional revenue. Let me ask you a question. Do you think we might be able to increase your pricing by a meager 5% without running into any meaningful attrition? Let me put this into context for you. Let's say you love to eat lunch at McDonald's, and your favorite meal is their Big Mac meal for $6. Today, you walk in at lunch to place that order, and the price has been increased to $6.25. Answer this honestly, would you even notice that price increase? And if you did notice, would it influence your decision to purchase that meal? Of course not. That's less than a 5% increase, it's minuscule, and in most cases, it won't impact most businesses. You would have to be in an extremely price-sensitive market or industry for it to have any significant repercussions. So, I strongly encourage you to test a 5% price increase immediately. If it does have an impact, you can always revert to your original price. Think about a business generating just $300,000 in revenue with a 40% gross profit margin. A 5% price increase would generate an additional $15,000 in revenue and add $6,000 in gross profit. Total time invested, 0. Total effort required, 0. Risk factor for most businesses, negligible. Calculate what a 5% price increase would generate for your business and write it down. Now, add up all the revenue you've just identified throughout all the strategies we have now covered. Keep in mind that number was decided on conservatively. And keep in mind this revenue isn't a one-time increase. This is revenue you will generate year after year after year if you diligently execute these strategies. But here's the really exciting news. All this additional revenue we've just discovered is a mere drop in the bucket. When you execute each of these strategies, you've just created a system for your business that will generate a consistent, large number of leads, conversions, and sales on an ongoing basis. This systemization of your business creates a self-sustaining model that runs on its own without you having to be there yourself. This is where you start to gain not only economic freedom, but also freedom of time. Consider this. If someone owns a website design company, every time they deliver a website to a client, they must go out and find a new client. It's never ending for them. But when you execute these strategies, you will always have new orders in your pipeline thanks to compelling and powerful advertising coupled with your drip campaign. You will have JVs sending you revenue. You will have upsells, downsells, and cross-sells taking place daily, along with selling additional affiliate products and services to your customers. You will implement higher pricing that your customers will willingly pay you thanks to the higher perceived value you've created. And you will have lower costs that will add significant revenue to your bottom line.